much does it really cost to sell my house? Kathy Sokolic here with Realty Austin Compass. When most people sell their home, they're typically thinking, how much can I get for my house? And while there are a multitude of factors at play here, one of the biggest factors in determining that final number is, how much will it cost me to sell it? While that may seem counterintuitive at first, it makes perfect sense when you apply the old adage, it takes money to make money. You have to think about your home as a product. It can sometimes be easy to get caught up in the emotions or memories and forget that sentimental value is only valuable to the people who hold those sentiments. A buyer really isn't going to care that your child took their first steps in the living room. They're only going to care about the style and condition of the flooring in that living room. Similarly, things that might not matter to you definitely matter to the buying public. Prime examples might be something like a unique color scheme or a weird feature, and then things maybe being in disrepair that you've just lived with. That said, prepping your home for sale is just one of the several factors that can add to the cost of selling your home. Here are a few more that you should be aware of. Closing costs and commission. These are fees you'll pay at the closing table to cover various aspects of the sale. You'll have your own closing costs, and you may even offer to pay some of the buyers as a concession. As U.S. News and Real Estate explains, closing costs are fees that are paid to finalize the transaction and transfer ownership of the home to the buyer. Sellers can expect to pay 2 to 4% of the sale price of the home in fees and taxes on top of agent commission. Based on the national median home sale price, this means that closing costs in 2023 for sellers were about $7,740 to $15,480. Taxes are going to vary by state, and Texas doesn't tax home sales, but you'll give a credit to the buyer for your portion of the property taxes. And agent commissions always depend on what you agree upon up front. And keep in mind that the numbers given here are just an example, no exact figures. Not to mention, if you put money toward things like your property taxes, mortgage, escrow, etc. as part of your current mortgage payments, there's a chance you'll get some of that back after closing that can help offset some of these selling expenses. Pre-listing inspection and repairs. This is an optional step that some sellers take, which is having a pre-listing inspection. It gives you an idea of what may pop up later on in the buyer's inspection, because those are the items a buyer may ask you to toss in as a credit or a concession to cover later on. This allows you to get a jump on any repairs and tackle them before you list, so your home is set up to impress from the very, very start. Again, if you want to skip this step, an agent can help. They'll be able to give you advice on things like paint colors, small cosmetic repairs, what buyers are looking for in our current market, and whether it's worth tackling anything else ahead of time. This will help make sure you're spending money on things that are most likely to net you a solid return on your investment. Home staging. As inventory grows, you may want to take a few extra steps to make sure your house really stands out. Staging is an optional way to make sure your home shows well. It can include bringing in rental furniture if the home is vacant, or art to warm up the walls. Some staging can even be done virtually once the photos are taken. It's not quite as effective, but it can work. But in general, how much does it cost? According to Bankrate, home sellers typically pay between $782 and $2,817. But the price tag can really vary widely. If you want to skip this step, you can opt to lean on your agent's advice for what looks good and what may feel cluttered. A great agent will suggest things like removing a chair to open up flow, laying down a rug to add warmth to a space, or taking down those photographs on the walls to depersonalize strategic areas. Why leaning on an agent is key. If you're looking to cut down on your costs, you have options, but be careful of where you trim. You may be able to skip staging or a pre-listing inspection, since those are optional, but you don't want to skip and sell without a pro. An agent is your go-to expert throughout the transaction. They'll offer customized advice every step of the way, including how to stage the house and what repairs to tackle. This can help you avoid hiring an outside stager or having to pay for a pre-listing inspection. But that's not the only way your agent adds value. They'll also create tailored marketing and pricing strategies that will highlight the home's best assets and any work you did to get the home ready. And that can actually help your house sell for more in the long run. Bottom line, want a better picture of what you should expect when you sell your home? Have a conversation with a local real estate agent